You know what's coming. Another song. Just kidding. I played like a million songs and recorded all of them, and I just can't bring myself to put them on the internet, so I don't know what to talk about. I feel like April is turning into the longest month of my whole life. Seems like a year ago that it started. When I was like, what's VEDA? I don't get it. And my friend Morgan was like, vlog every day in April. And I was like, I don't understand. Because I didn't understand what vlogging was. Because I thought it was crazy that people just videotape themselves talking about stuff and put it on the internet. Makes no sense to me. This is the first song that I learned how to play on the piano. And it's the only song that I know how to play on the guitar. What do people talk about? I don't know, they're just like, oh, some interesting thing happened in the world and like I want to comment on it, but I don't want to comment on anything in the world because I don't care. It's not that I don't care, I just like, do I look cool with headphones on? No? Okay. I spent a lot of my life trying to be cool and I feel like I missed out on a lot of stuff because of that. So I'm trying not to want to be cool anymore, but it's so hard. I just want everyone to like me, and I want to be accepted, and I want people to be like, oh, have you seen that Sarah girl? She's such a valuable member of society. We're so glad she was born. But instead I'm just sitting here playing scales and trying to play songs that I wrote and songs that I didn't write and singing and recording them and then deleting them. I just took a snack break. Does jam count as sweets in the sentence, I'm not eating sweets? Wild berry preserves, does that count? I just ate some. With almond butter. I love almond butter. Sorry, it's like all in my teeth. I'm gonna read you a poem that I didn't write. It's by Billy Collins from his book 9 Horses, and it's called A Night Letter to the Reader. I always like want to write poetry and stuff, but then I read other people's poetry and I'm just like, oh, that's what I wanted to say, so I'm just not gonna write my own. You know, that happens with like movies. I'll be like, oh, I really want to make a movie. Then I'll like see the movie and I'll be like, that's the movie I wanted to make, so like, good, they got on it faster than I did. Night Letter to the Reader. I'll read it in a British accent. British-ish. We'll see. I get up from the tangled bed and go outside. A bird leaves its nest, a snail taking a holiday. Okay, I have like a terrible accent. Okay, this is a poem that I wrote in class, in a writing class that I took recently-ish, a couple months ago. And it's kind of like, it's kind of a sad, I don't know, it's not like a happy poem. Like, I only write poems when I'm, like, in a bad mood or, like, having some existential crisis, because if I'm just happy and jolly, like, I'm not writing poetry. I'm, like, out frolicking in the fields. But this is called Better Off as Air. Come into my soul, the darkness of my soul. Nanamita doesn't want to watch my 4th grade play, even though I was the star. I know this means she's dying. I eat my invisible cheeseburger outside her hospital room because my parents won't take me down to the cafeteria and I'm hungry. A couple years earlier, I find her on the kitchen floor after a big thud wakes me out of bed. I have never seen someone so clearly as when I see her, flat on her back, still holding a spoon. She tells me that she's okay. I can see that she is not okay. I learn right then that hiding is what we do for the people we love. I suddenly feel like a giant. I feel like my body is too big and my voice is too loud and I talk too much. No one wants to hear what I have to say. I would be better off as air. I would be better off as a speck of dust at the bottom of a landfill. I try to tread softly. I try not to make a noise. I apologize for my existence. I'm sorry that I'm here. I'm sorry about the way my stomach grumbles when I'm hungry and the way my body makes an indent in the chair and the way my breath sounds in the silence. If I could hold my breath forever, I would. If I could disappear, I would have done it already. I feel sick with beingness. I'm a burden to the earth. I'm a burden to society. I'm a burden to the people who love me. Everyone seems to be running from something. I join the race to get away. I can't stop because someone might trip over me, might find themselves on the kitchen floor, getting trampled by all the things they didn't want to see, by the fact that they exist and the simple sadness of the way our bodies refuse to merge, no matter how tightly we hold on to each other. We're not here, we whisper to ourselves as we run, trampling the ones whose arms have gotten tired of holding the world away. And we don't dare stop to look or say we're sorry. We don't want to end up on the kitchen floor admitting that we're not okay. But what we can't see as we close our eyes and hold our breath and run is the way the ones on the floor are laughing, the world collapsing in on them, shrieking in the pain and joy of breathing, grateful to have finally opened their eyes and seen the face of God. That's the poem. I had to make a little booklet. A chapbook, that's what it's called. Okay, you'll never believe what happened. Not what happened, but like what I made. You'll literally never believe it. So in order to keep this camera there, I just nailed 2 nails into the wall. And then I just stuck my camera right on it, and it just films me perfectly. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Thanks. It's okay. Over and out.